the stream isn't connected. There's a new stream. I'm still having trouble with this. It's ridiculous. I asked it to connect to the scheduled stream, and it's not connected. Why won't it work for me? Hey Celia, can you hear me? So I'm now getting people coming in. I can see somebody's watching now. Oh, brilliant. Thank you for letting me know. I was talking on the other stream, but it wasn't showing me that anybody was watching or anything. And when I went and had a look, it wasn't showing us playing. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Anna Karen. Oh, thank goodness you're finding me. Oh, do you know, I'm just having a nightmare. I'm not technologically minded at all. And I thought, oh, I'll, you know, put it up as a scheduled stream, but it's not connected to the scheduled one either. So if it weren't for bad luck, I think I'd have no luck at all. Hey, Katinka. Oh, I'm so glad that you guys can see and hear me, though. Okay. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Lizzie. How are you doing this evening? How's your they called you a stitcher then. See, how's your sister? Hi, Esther. Okay. You popped a message in that other one, didn't you, love? Yeah. Okay. Hi, Kelly. Yeah, do you know, I scheduled the stream and it just didn't start it. So I just give up. You know me, I'm no tech girl anyway, but you know, there we go. I'm glad you found me. Hi, Joanne. Oh, let's just zoom in a wee way as well. Okay. Hey, Woo Woo. Hi, B Crafts. Oh, hope we're all doing well this evening. I made it back. I've been back in the house about almost an hour and a half. I had time to unpack, have a quick bath and freshen up and get out some stitching. So, yeah, me and Hannah have had a lovely weekend and had, you know, I think she's a bit knackered now, aren't you, love? So, yeah, I'm just glad I made it back in time. So how's everybody doing? Hope we're all well. Okay. Oh, so I'm sorry to hear that. Fingers crossed for a positive outcome. How you doing? Well, hey, Noodles. Hey, Reds. Kelly's going to give Evie Mox another go. Brilliant. Yeah, it looked great the other day. I was in a hotel and on the hotel Wi-Fi, which could be a bit hit and miss, but what I saw looked great, but I couldn't stay around for long because Hannah wanted to shop. You know how it is. So yeah, we've done a lot of walking. We've done a fair bit of shopping. We've done some fine dining, haven't we, kid? She's been very quiet because she's tired. Hi, Catherine.
I'm disappointed.
Yeah, Hannah's lost a bag with a couple of bits in it. We are going to replace it, but still, it is a bit of a disappointing. Hey, Ava. Yeah, video quality was really good. Karen's told you how to find chat box. Great. Karen was a bit of a saviour for me when I was using this, but I'm going to have to obviously find out what went wrong tonight, because I had got a scheduled video and it wasn't starting it. So back to the drawing board for me. I'm still learning. But great, I'm glad it's working for you. It's to be fair, for streaming software, I don't think it's bad at all. You know, I certainly for me the picture is a lot clearer and what have you, and I'm not messing about with a camera that keeps blurring in and out of focus. Andy is with me as well. Not sure quite what he's doing, but he's been a busy boy this weekend. He's been doing some housekeeping, preparing the house ready for the big C at the end of the year.
It's not just that. I was tidying it up because parts of it was a mess.
Yeah, needed doing. And, you know, when the cat's away. Lizzie will be filming unboxing Larry's stand tomorrow. Had it really nearly a week and still not set it up. Well, I'm not surprised. You've had a lot on. Hey, Patsy. How are you doing? Well, I have got no haul. I was really surprised actually because we were in Birmingham. Not a single craft shop at all.
Apart from the works.
Apart from the works, which isn't really a craft shop. I was distinctly disappointed at the lack of craft shops. So there you go. But the town itself was well, city, quite big. Big shopping centre, every store you could think of. 3 railway stations within a short distance of each other. Couple of big shopping streets. What else did we see, Hannah? We saw a couple of churches, didn't we? I'll tell you what, you would not go hungry. You would absolutely not go hungry. The amount of food places and coffee shops and what have you. Some of them had queues out the door from dawn till dusk. But yeah, we've walked our legs off. It's mainly flat as well, isn't it? There weren't any hills or anything, no. You know, a few steps. And I've had a painful knee all weekend, so that didn't help. But there we go. What's this project? This one is my sailing fairy. The Nadia Strokina pain-free craft one. 2 ticks, and I'll show you the mock-up. Hi, Karen. Hi, Sandy. Yeah, for some reason it didn't start with the scheduled live stream. Annoying. So I should be back to the drawing board with that and, you know, get annoyed with Evie Mucks, but there you go. One of these days a live stream will go right for me. Haid material packs at the kitchen table last stage before shipping. Great stuff. And you'll be filming the unboxing of those. Fantastic. Thanks, Lizzie. Hey, Enid. Okay. Do a little mark off. I have done a bit of stitching this weekend, but not much. It's this one, Kelly, that I'm doing. And as you can see, it's coming out fairly well to the mock-up as well. Oh, excuse me, I've got dry throat. Oh my days. So yeah, the train journey down was horrific. We had reserved seats and somebody was in our seats. Mind you, we couldn't even get down the carriage to the seats because the train was so busy. It was ridiculous. So we ended up standing, which was just over an hour journey, but to be fair, that wasn't terrible. It could have been a lot worse. It was what, a 5-minute walk to the hotel, Hannah? Wasn't long, was it? And then coming back, we had reserved seats, but only for a portion of the journey. So we went and found there was a tannoy announcement and about carriages where there were no seat reservations, whole carriages. So we just went and found one of those and plonked ourselves in a seat where we knew we wouldn't have to move. So that's what we did. And the journey back was great, although Hannah has somehow lost a bag at some portion of the journey. We're not sure when, but we think it was after we left the train. But you know, it's got a few items in it which can be replaced, but it's just really frustrating. So we should be doing that tomorrow.
I had to go back to Primark in the first place to get.
Yeah, you had to go back in first place, didn't you? Yeah. Yeah. Happy Canadian Thanksgiving. So yeah, happy Turkey Day. Hope you've had a good day. If you do have turkey, I would assume you do on Thanksgiving. In Canada, I could be wrong. Anyway, what are you guys working on? So for me, obviously, I have got my She Sleeps. I did take my Lord of the Rings stained glass with me, and I got in some stitches on that. The reason I was looking for a craft shop was because I took quite a bit of 310 with me, and I'd almost run out. And I was looking for a craft shop, but could I find one? Could I, heck? Couldn't find one anywhere. I was quite disappointed about that. But it is what it is. We did plenty of shopping. Hannah went to, was it the UK's biggest Primark? Yeah. And we went the first day and she bought quite a few bits and pieces, and she bought some very small things like some key rings and bits of jewellery. And we got back to the room and she was looking through the bags and she couldn't find them. So I checked the receipt and they weren't on the receipt either. So I think what must have happened is the shop assistant took them out of the basket and set them to one side, but then just forgot to ring them through. Well, no problem, because we could pop in again today, which is what we did. And then they're only in a small bag, and we think that the bag has sort of fallen out of the bigger bag that it was in on the way home. So Hannah's a little upset about it. But it's nothing that we can't solve, and tomorrow we will get it sorted, won't we, kid?
I don't even know how much of it we can replace. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know if some of it is just for that story.
Fingers crossed, all of it. So, but yeah, Hannah is one knackered girl, aren't you? She's not going to take no rocking to sleep tonight. I haven't got work tomorrow. Hannah's got to go into work, unfortunately. And she is in a physical job. She's working as a cleaner, so she'll be doing a lot of walking again tomorrow. But I'm going to go meet her, and we're going to go and get these items sorted, I think. Okay, let's have a look and see what you guys have been working on. Okay. Eating light turkey feast at my parents' place later. Turkey is popular, but some people prefer ham. Depends on family heritage. Cool. Okay. Sandy's working on Daydream by Heather Edwards, Pain-Free Crafts, 65.41%. Way to go, Sandy. You got to the 65%. Tiger Family of the Jungle for Adria, 76% done. Brilliant. Kelly's put some few stitches in her Small Houses project. Cheryl is busy on a Disney cross stitch. Patsy's still on the boys, charted by Andy, still on the sky. Hey Gail. Stitching Retreat by Haid, says Sharon, final day before swapping out. Silver Stitches, Lizzie hopes to be working on. Heather by Hannah Lynn and Atrium by Chira Marchetti soon. Heather was my first Haid I started but had to stop because my dad wanted his threads back. Hi Dan, 700 Stitches in Celtic Bee by Malcolm Watson and Haid. Brilliant. Enid's trying to finish her whip. Everything is conspiring against her today. Kelly says, actually, we're eating light prior to the turkey feast. Great stuff. And Enid says, ham is Christmas for her. Karen, restarting Sewing Woman, was not happy with the upper corner, too dark, recharted and now restarting. Hi, Hannah. Katinka, working on Port Mauve Butterfly by Jenna Della Grataglia Maldonado. And Oodles is doing an Art Deco 1920s lady from Debbie Moore Designs. She's a paper crafter, but has had a few images put into cross stitch. Brilliant. Are you in our Facebook group there, Oodles? Because if you are, pop a link in. Always good to find new people, new kinds of images, new designers. So, yeah, if you're in the group, have a look. Pop me a link in. I've also put the thread to show your whips in the group as well. I haven't looked at it since I posted it. I was on the train. And we're looking at that about 8:15, so my time, so in about 25 minutes. So if you haven't popped a whip on that and want to, now's the time to go ahead and do it, because once I start looking through it, I will lock it to further comments. Enid, I flirted with having Thanksgiving twice every year. I'm Canadian and American. Kind of an inside joke between me and my husband, but it'd be too much, definitely. Christmas just once is too much for me. I don't think I could manage Thanksgiving as well, never mind two. Cool stuff. Okay. Oh, yes, you are. Great stuff. Yep. Pop us a link in, though, Oodles, won't you, Caroline? Hi, Brittany. Today's project is my personal birth chart from Haid. I've seen that one on Facebook here and there. Brittany, I'll say here and there, very loosely. It looks gorgeous, though, and what a wonderful thing that's specific for yourself. Absolutely beautiful. Always good to have something that's very personal, isn't it? Okay. So I picked this one up. I have done some stitches already in it. I did them before I went away because I knew I wouldn't be able to stitch today until sort of this time. And I picked it back up and I was 30 stitches in at the start of this stream. So we'll see how many I can get in. I'm hoping a couple of hundred, but you know. And then I'm off tomorrow. So I've got a stitch with me in a floss tube to film tomorrow. And yeah. So cool. So what have you guys been up to? Anybody got anything exciting on the agenda? Yeah, me and Hannah having this weekend away has been quite. Oh, look what she bought me. She bought me a bracelet, and she's got one that matches. So we're twinning. She's also bought me a lovely new dress, and said that she wanted to spoil me, and we've kind of spoiled each other, really. I think.
I might need your help in a minute.
Help.
No.
Mine. Why?
remember when I went to Primark,
Yes.
when I'd been and got the stuff, I can remember condensing down the bag and chucking it in here. Don't think it's in here, but I want to dig it out and just check.
Okay, and you want me to put the dressing gown back in?
Yeah.
Well, it's not a problem. I'll do that later for you.
Do you think it might be in there?
It could be. I don't actually think it is, but I can remember chucking it in here.
Mm-hmm.
So
If you find it now, you're going to be ecstatic, aren't you?
I don't think it's in here. I can't feel it.
Well, she's just checking, making sure of all the options.
Put it in this bag. Put it on top of this bag.
Yeah.
What ham?
No. It's not in here. I can feel it's not in here.
Well, don't worry. If you take it out, I'll put the dressing gown back in. Don't worry. And did you put your sash in there? Because I put your sash separate. Yeah, okay.
But I put it in there when I went to Primark. I tucked it down in there.
I'm live. Thank you. Okay, so Lizzie says, I wish I could find a lady in a flouncy pink gown from Victorian / Edwardian era to cross-stitch something elegant. So, if you've got any suggestions there for Lizzie, pop them in group. If you're not in group, pop a suggestion on here for her. Okay. Okay. Try Tapestry Crafts online. They have some Victorian ladies, says Gail. I hate losing a bag when I'm out shopping. Yeah, it's only a small one. Got some like earrings and things in it, and she's devastated. For Hannah, with her having autism, the processing of it is a bit difficult. She fully blames herself for not having it. So it's always a little bit difficult when things like this happen. But as I said, we will deal with it. I've told her already. We'll get it sorted. Anyway, I think I must be getting old because there was a lot of people that were out and about, and I thought that they were going to catch the death of cold and very short skirts and things, so I must be getting old. There you go, Lizzie. Charting Creations, La Billette. It is a Victorian lady in a pink gown. Go and have a look at that one. Thank you, Karen. And in case you're wondering, Lauren is in Bath. And she is busy getting ready for school tomorrow. Sunday night is they're getting ready for school tomorrow night. Oh, thanks, Karen. So there you go, Leslie. Karen will put a link in. I'll pick in the group. Great stuff. Oh, I've got over 200 people in that group now. quite a milestone. So thank you guys so much. If you're in there, and certainly for the people who contribute, and I know some of you do on a really, really regular basis, it's so much appreciated. It's nice to have some different stuff in there as well, not just stitching. Yeah, Sandy put in a floss tuber recommendation, Enid put in a funny video, you know, things like that kind of makes it. So, yeah. Sometimes we just need something light-hearted to distract us. Hey June, how are you? Over 50 of us in here again. It's really nice. 50 people watching, so thank you so much. And if you're not subscribed, why not? It's free. To remind you over there, chortling, Andy, you know it's true.
I never said anything to the contrary, did I?
I know, but you just had a little chortle.
And?
I'm just saying, you had a little chortle.
I did.
Oh dear, excuse me. Okay, 3371. 3371. Where are you? There. Okay, just cleaning today and listening to the live. Great stuff. Andy's exercising his chuttle muscle. Yep.
It doesn't get exercised a lot, to be fair.
Yeah, of course he does. He does when you're living with me. I'm hilarious.
No one ever suggested you were.
Excuse me, I made you laugh yesterday. Thank you very much.
What, because of the old bum grapes comment?
Yeah.
I'll leave them to try and work
Yeah,
out
well,
what
we'll
bum
not
grapes
talk
means.
about that. My discomfort created humour.
Not for you. You would rather not have that discomfort, quite frankly.
Yeah, I would. Lizzie says she will watch your Forester Dean videos this week. She needs a nostalgia trip. Great stuff.
Oh, cool. Excellent.
Sharon, it's on my needle, currently stitching with it. Oodles don't know how to link, but website is Debbie Moore Designs. I will have a look. Kelly says my husband thinks he's hilarious. I just have this knack of making Andy laugh. Don't I, dear?
That you do.
A bit of confetti in this little bit. You can't leave us hanging, you need to tell us now. Well, there's something definitely was hanging.
Oh, Nikki! That's TMI.
Okay. Let me put it this way. I have a minor problem around my sort of posterior, which makes it uncomfortable to sit and walk, and I needed some cream. And I made Andy laugh. So he was laughing at my discomfort.
There's such a thing as going too far, you know. You didn't have to tell me that.
I said it nicely.
You said it nicely.
I didn't say it how I told you, did I?
It was still graphic, though, saying something was hanging. This, people, is what I live with.
Sorry.
Some days
I do apologise.
Some days I wonder what I've married, but other days I'm actually quite thankful for it.
Really sorry. But it was funny.
It was funny to be fair.
Hannah said, oh, there you go. What I said is totally fine. So, no. Hannah said to me, she said, Mum, don't you get them when you're, expectant? And I went, yes, Hannah, I was expecting almost 23 years ago. And they're still around.
So we blame Hannah for it.
Yes, apparently funny as anything, but totally fine.
Well, I suppose you've got to laugh at life, haven't you?
Well, I've got to laugh at something. Because honestly, if I weren't laughing,
you'd be crying.
I blooming would. Honest to goodness.
I'll do this, Nikki. I'm pretty sure I can manage it.
Okay. You might just have to refold it.
Well, I've just rolled it up, so it should go in.
Cool.
It's just like putting a camping roll away, which I've done a few times in my life.
Yeah, mine did as well, Patsy, but they've returned for some reason this weekend, and I don't know if it's just all walking. And of course, I had that onto all the walking I did last weekend, and I think, you know, there's a bit of an objection down there.
So these need to go back in there as well?
Yes.
And the bag?
What bag?
This little blue bag.
What little blue bag? Yes.
And where does this whole thing need to be?
Just leave it there, because she's taking it to Grandad's.
What, tomorrow?
No, I don't know when. Hey, Laurie. Busy prepping turkey stuff for dinner tomorrow. Cool. Rosemary's still working on Cat City. Update in on Friends. Great stuff. There is a song says Lizzie called "Hanging Tough." Think of that in a different context now. So sorry, says Karen. I still have mine. My daughter's 41. So it's Andy's fault. You should make him put the cream on. No, it's not Andy's fault because he's not the dad. He is not Hannah. And
I should put the cream on. Okay.
No, I don't think. Yeah. No.
I'm just gonna say.
Hey, I'm not going to let you put the cream
there
on.
You go.
No, it's not Andy's fault. Hannah and Victoria and Lauren are not Andy's. But we can't blame my ex-husband. It's his fault. Enid's thrown some stuff in the crock pot for dinner. Cool. I was complaining about how Ferris, one of our dogs, got drool on my thigh this morning. Husband had a different idea about that. Oh dear. And Patsy's having a good old chuckle. No, he's not coming near me with that tube. He really isn't. Catherine, not stitching today, listening while studying. I'm finding it hard to find a balance between working full-time, studying part-time, so I can have a different position and my craft and hobbies. Yeah, not always easy, Catherine. But hey, at least you can listen in, live vicariously through us lot, and hopefully chuckle as well. Rosemary, update on friends and family. All well, much property damage, still bringing surprising by pack mule. I'm glad everybody's safe and well. But if there is any, anything, of course, that any of us could do, I'm pretty sure as a community we would rally round. But I'm glad everybody's safe and well at the moment, Rosemary. The property can be repaired. Enid's chucked in a recipe there. A kind of a fine stuff and throw it in and hope for the best. Those are sometimes the best kinds of meals. I do that myself from time to time. Cool. It's all good. Okay. Bit of confetti in this bit, which is annoying. But heck, got to be done. Come on. Okay, 3853. Got a few of this one to do. Ba, 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 ba. Okay. So Lizzie says to Enid, my mum calls those shut up and eat it meals. Yeah. we tend to do that sort of thing, but we call it freezer jumble, because we go and have a look in our freezer, and you know, sometimes you might find an oddment of this and an oddment of that. Chuck it all in the oven, cook it through, freezer jumble. Because it might be stuff that doesn't go together, but it might be stuff that does. Either way, it gives you, we get components of all the major food groups. One way of doing it, isn't it? And it's also good for when we need to clear the freezer out. Oh, I didn't tell you we were going to go into Wetherspoons as well, but every time we passed it, we're absolutely rammed. So,
Right.
we ended up not bothering. Enid, your recipe sounds like it would be delicious. Apparently it smells really good as well, Kelly. So, and I always say as well, or I said last week as well, you know, if you've got a favourite recipe of something that others might want to try, stick that in the group. You know, we like things like that, because, you know, sometimes I get to oh my God, what am I going to do for dinner tonight? What are we going to have for meals this week? And we get a bit bored, don't we, love? Because we get a bit samey.
We do.
So, yeah, any suggestions, bung them in the group. Sometimes it's good to be more adventurous. Enid's the queen of chili, stews, soups, crockpot stuff, chuck roast meals, etc. She's got chuck roast thawing to cook tomorrow, and casseroles. Ooh. Oh, Hannah tried something new this weekend, Andy. Did you know?
What?
Chicken and mushroom pot noodle.
Oh, really?
Yes, and she quite liked it.
Cool.
And chicken and mushroom.
That's unusual for her.
Well, Shan at the kennels suggested that she try it. So she kind of had to. I also had to make lunch for kids, including an extra one, running the dishwasher, start laundry, Walmart, messed up the grocery order. Oh my God, I'm so stressed out, bless you. I don't have the energy to do much from scratch cooking. No, we don't tend to do an awful lot from scratch, but we do tend to have, you know, we do have sort of fresh vegetables, and I certainly eat a lot of fresh vegetables and fresh fruit. Mozzarella, tomato, spinach tart made with phyllo pastry is a nice little snack with salad, says Gail. That sounds yum. I love sweet and sour pot noodles. Can only get them in Tesco's at the minute, which is odd. All right. Hannah is. It's very difficult for Hannah to try new stuff. She has some serious sensory issues. And you know, for her, trying a different food is highly. The amount she will eat broccoli, but the amount of times I've known her eat it, I can count on the fingers of one hand and had fingers left over. So, you know, for her to try something new is quite amazing. I remember when we went on holiday to Spain a few years back, she was sat eating octopus, But if I'd have given her that here, she would never not have dreamt of touching it, and she's never eaten it since. But when we were there in Spain, she was there. Do you remember that, love?
I do.
So, I mean, she's finally sort of realised that pasta doesn't either have to have bolognese or tuna. There are different things. So yeah, so she's getting used to that. But yeah, she's done well. Try one or two new things. Hey Linda, how are you doing this evening? Welcome. Yeah, I quite like calamari, but I wouldn't opt for it all the time. If Hannah likes broccoli, I put a yummy chicken and broccoli recipe in the group. Ooh, cool, thank you. Hi Sonia, thanks Karen. Happy Thanksgiving to you and all of my other Canadians as well, for those who have joined us since the beginning. I'm good, thanks Linda. Got back from a weekend away in Birmingham a couple of hours ago, and yeah, just some relaxing stitchy time now. Okay, I only eat gluten-free pastry, so it can be difficult to find. Yeah, gluten-free can be difficult. Octopus never in a month of Sundays, no. It's a very rare thing for Hannah to consider trying something new, never mind something as way out, something like octopus. But yeah, she did. My boys are picky. They pick what they want 2 nights a week. Yeah. Hannah and Lauren do tend to have those nights as well. But to be fair, they're usually quite sensible about it. They'll go to the supermarket with me on a Monday and they'll say, all right, I'm having that for this day and that for this day. And because there's a couple of days during the week that we don't have like a family dinner. We all kind of bit and bat. One of which is like on a Thursday when I get weighed. So, oh, by the way, I stayed the same this week, but I'm not unhappy about that. And because I had a weekend away, and if I stay the same this week, I won't be unhappy about that.
What if you get?
If I gain a little bit, I won't be unhappy either. Because I've had a really good weekend. Sandy, my grandson is the same. He doesn't understand why things are different from supermarkets. Yeah. I hope things have settled down on that front as well, Sandy, after the, shall we say, shenanigans a couple of weeks ago. So we tried gammon, like it. Was it because of the salt content? I know lots of people aren't fond of gammon because it can be quite salty. I love when my husband makes his one-pot dish, pasta, cheese, sausage, onion, tomatoes, tomato bits. Probably sounds gross, but delicious, yeah. Sometimes the breakfast is a nice change for supper, says Rosemary. Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes I do that. I might make, like an omelette or sausages and tomatoes or something like that. Supper time. Where am I here? There. Okay, you're still doing well. Yeah, thank you, Sandy. Bacon, eggs and waffles for supper, says Sonia. It was because of salt content to have a sweet tooth. It was too savoury. Yeah, gammon can be very salty, can't it? We like a smoked gammon. But, if you don't like that sort of flavour, We don't tend to have gammon much though these days, do we, love?
No.
Some extra things that I haven't marked off here, which is annoying.
You like.
Yeah. Okay, back on track now. Okay. What's gammon? Gammon is like a very thick cut of bacon. I think it's probably a slightly different cut from the pig, but it's like a very thick bacon. And in the UK, we can buy it in like a roast, either smoked or unsmoked, but it does tend to have a high salt content. I think they probably cure it or something first, or I don't know, but it does tend to have a high salt content. We don't have it an awful lot, sort of because of that. Laurie, be right back. No worries, Laurie. Do not like smoked foods. I have unsmoked bacon. Yeah, I'm a bit of both with smoked foods. It depends what it is. I love smoked cheese. I like smoked bacon. I don't mind smoked gammon. I quite like smoked fish. But, you know, all of these things I kind of have to be in the mood for. Like, I love smoked mackerel, but if I get some smoked mackerel and it's got a single bone in it, that's it. I'm put off completely. What's gammon? Like I say, it's like a thick cut of bacon. Probably, like I said, a slightly different cut of meat. But it can be very salty. It's like a ham, I suppose, really, because they do call it gammon ham, don't they?
It's similar.
Yeah.
It's meaty. I think that's basically the thing we've got to kind of get across.
It's not as fatty as bacon.
I don't know. I've seen gammon with a bit of fat on it.
Yeah, but the fat's confined to the outside, whereas with bacon, sometimes it can go right through.
Yeah.
No, you'd love to try that, yeah. You don't like ham either, Silver Stitches. Now, you see, that's my weakness, really. Nice ham, proper nice ham, off the bone, with some fresh, crusty bread and tomatoes. A little bit of salt on the tomato. Make a nice sandwich. I'd be happy all day with a big, thick doorstep bread, ham and tomato sandwich. That's probably why I ended up so weighty. Because I used to eat a lot of things that I just liked. And a lot of them.
I don't know if there's a lot of truth in that.
What?
How you ended up so weighty.
I ended up so weighty because I didn't do very much. Didn't walk very much. And I ate all the wrong things. I ate a lot of bread. A lot of cheese. And you know, if you're having like cheese on toast or something, you've got to have a lot of cheese. You can't skimp on the cheese on that, can you?
It's not advisable.
Definitely not. Not really into pork. The only way I'll eat pork is in sausages. Yeah, pork's a reasonably popular dish here. We like to have a loin joint sometimes on a Sunday. Pork chops we're not so keen on because of faffing around with a bone. Sausages we eat intermittently, I'd say. Breaded ham sandwiches are nice with lettuce and mayo. Yes. See, we're all talking food again. We're all going to be starving by the end of this stream.
Not falling for it this week.
I smoke veggies, fresh tomatoes, peppers, eggplants. Lovely, Dan. We're waiting on family to come over for dinner, says Sonia. Spiral, ham roast, etc. Lovely. Sounds like you're all making some wonderful feasts in Canada. I think me and Andy are going to get a flight. I love pork chops with butter melted on it. Girls vegetarian, gluten and lactose intolerant, yet I have issues, I will say issues there with your liver. Not good. Are you a vegetarian by choice or by necessity, Gail? Is it just that you're intolerant to some meats as well? Sounds delicious, Sonia. You're going to my folks' place later. Great. Welcome anytime. Great stuff. Thank you. Ham sandwich with ketchup, says Cheryl. Okay, Gail, vegetarian by choice. All right. Okay. I'm cooking for my family, brother and niece are coming. I'm so happy. And Dan agrees. Never skimp on cheese. You know, one of the things that me and Andy used to do quite a lot, used to go to music festivals and stuff. And we went to one a few years ago in Derbyshire. And they had some, we took some food with us and we did sort of cook our own food because we were camping. But they had this like food area. And the nicest one was the vegetarian food stall. And we had these fries with coleslaw, vegetarian cheese, hummus, and one or two other bits. And it was lovely.
I don't remember what it was called.
Eat shoots and leaves.
That's it. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Never seen it since. Spent yesterday with Laura Lynn, had a great time. Oh, brilliant. I'm glad you did. Really wants the bacon butty now, says B. Right, who's cooking? Right, before we carry on talking about all this food, we are going to take a look and see what you guys have been getting up to.
It's that time.
Look at my sexy pajamas. Not sure what a bacon butty is, but you had me at bacon. It is a bacon grilled or fried between two slices of bread.
Hang on. Who doesn't know what a bacon butty is?
Enid, because she's Canadian.
Surely you must have bacon butties in Canada. Sure.
Yeah, but it's the butty.
Bacon sandwich then.
I always get asked as well, what's a Jaffa cake?
It's a biscuit. That's what it is. Don't start that argument. Anyone who says a Jaffa cake is a cake are wrong.
Okay, we're going to see what you guys have been sharing. Okay. Oh, Karen's put in a chicken broccoli recipe. Thank you. I will have a look at that. Blimey, 22 comments on my live stream thread. You lot have been busy bunnies. Yes, we put French fries in the sandwich as well, Enid. And we call it a chip butty. Especially French fries are cut a little bit thicker, a little bit chunkier. Okay, so let's start with Natalia. Natalia, God Creates Dinosaurs Kit by Forbidden Fibre Co. Stitch 202 full cross on 25 count prehistoric Lugana. So,
hang on, prehistoric Lugana?
Yeah, it's a colourway.
Ah, right.
So there is the mock-up. There is what Natalia's done on her threads, and she's at 30%. Great stuff. Nicely done, Natalia. Just turn off the comments, actually.
I always feel that this section is very similar to your slimming class, Nikki, because when they go around the class and they clap each other.
Cheryl is busy working on a Disney cross stitch. Hey, you're near the bottom again, Cheryl. That's good. It's coming on cool beans, that. Absolutely awesome. Nicely done. Hi, Catherine. Bit later tonight. No worries at all. Doing well. Yeah. We're just talking about food again. Hi, Janelle. In Australia, these are not what we use. All right. Yeah. Some of them are very British terms, aren't they? Like butty. Red is working on a stamped kit, and it's stitched 3/1 on some 11 count Ada. And it's the nice thing I can see, because obviously it's such a different colour from the stamp part, we can see exactly where you've stitched there, Red. Great stuff. Okay, Kelly is showing some gorgeous quilting. Look at that. It's a free pattern from Megan of Tiny Orchard Quilts called Sunny Skies. Megan's quilt was yellow and blue. I called mine Sardis Secondary Medallion Quilts. The colours are from the school that my kids went to. I started this project in 2022 and hand quilted it myself with the big stitch method. That is absolutely beautiful, Kelly. Absolutely stunning. I love to see things like that. Okay. Thank you very much for sharing that. Kimberly is working on Northern Dreams by Haid, and plenty more progress on that. It is looking good. Anybody else see the Northern Lights? We slept through it again. Sandra is working on Peacock Plumage by Haid, 6.32%. That is some super wide bars there. Absolutely gorgeous colours on that. Who is it I've seen who's working on that? Was it Stitching Colours who's working on this one as well? I think she's like sort of more left to right than top to bottom. Gemma's Marvellous Garden. And I know that you've come in sort of down in this bit now, because I've started watching you live at your stitch with me earlier, Gemma. I figured I'd get 10 minutes in before I started on this stream, but it's looking great, really is. And I noticed that as well that you said that you've been unwell. I hope you're feeling better now. Brenda, Haid's Steampunk Owl, 2/110 stitch on 25 count at 3.5%, 7,404 stitches of 210,750 stitches completed. That is looking amazing. You know, sometimes you think with these like pale splotches that they're like sparkly thread, but obviously they're not. You know, they're just sort of whites and creams and stuff, but it's so effective. Okay, and she's very kindly as well shared the mock-up there for the Steampunk Owl. And that is by Malcolm Watson, and it is a freebie, and apparently it is still available. So if you fancy doing a little bit of Steampunk Owl, nip to the Haid Designs, go and check out the free charts and download it. What else have we got in here? Sharon is doing her final days on Stitches Retreat before swapping it out. 4.6%, 21,526 stitches. And I know that looks quite dark there, but there are some different colours in it there. You can just sort of see some peeking through. But that's looking great, Sharon. What's next on the agenda? Okay. Joanne is still working on Belinda Botanica. Some really nice colours in that. It's coming along well, Joanne. Okay. Dan is working on the Haid's Celtic Bee. Colour completing the black first, Dan. That's looking great. Love it. And we've got a Halloween needle minder there, Sleepy Hollow. But that looks gorgeous. I can't wait to start my Lorna Lane bee next year. Belinda is also working on Belinda Botanica. The first page, all stitches and back stitches have been done. Beads will be last when all the pages are done, working from the bottom upwards. And this is on a 32 count Coffee Crafts fabric. Got a load of that gorgeous stitching. It's coming along well. So that's the bottom of a skirt there. Looking brilliant, that. Okay. What else we got here? Caroline has just finished Liberty. Just watch, etc. now. Art Deco lady from Debbie Moore Designs. And that's a cute little needle minder. Little mouse sat with the needle and with the bobbin and needle. Beautiful. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous work. And that's another view of it. Look at that. And Statue of Liberty here, and then it says Liberty down the sole of the shoe. It's lovely, that, Caroline. Okay. This is the Art Deco lady she's currently working on. And that's looking great too. Fantastic. Enid. Is that a finish, Enid, I spy, or nearly a finish? Let them eat candy. Looks awesome. Joanne, Belinda Botanical, there are 6 pages to stitch. I'm on the start of the last 3 pages. Great stuff. And Dan is black first, 21,000 of 75,000 black stitches done. Ooh. Okay. And Katinka, this one I love. 83% on the Port Mauve Butterfly by Jenna Della Grataglia Maldonado. Stitched on 22 count hardanger, 2/1 tent stitch. Let's just zoom in a wee bit on that. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely fantastic. What another lovely lot of stuff to share. You guys are all super talented. I'm pretty sure that's everything. Make sure, yeah. Great stuff. Great stuff. Well done, everybody.
Super smashing great.
You're a talented bunch. Oh. Okay, let's go back to this. Yeah, there's some gorgeous colours in everything. You know, those fancy ladies are beautiful. You know, Dan stitching all that black, you can really see it coming along. Where am I here?
Home.
I'm sure my look gets worse.
Oh, what you lost now?
You know how I bought underwear?
Yes.
The 3-pack of underwear.
Yeah.
Yeah. That didn't make it through till neither. I didn't realise till now. Because it's
The
not
standard underwear. Oh.
It's not on the receipt. The bras have made it through.
Well, that's because she obviously
through.
took some stuff out and not done it properly, hasn't she?
Oh, and then that jumper, that nice grey jumper, it's too big. So I need to have a look and see if they've got a smaller size at Primark at Parkgate.
Yeah, and swap it. Oh dear. My lad has finished Romeo and Juliet by Teresa Wenzel and giving me the pat despite him telling me never to do Teresa Wenzel. Depends if you're up for the challenge of a Wentzler. I've never done one myself. From what I understand, they are not the easiest pieces to do. Yep, I second that, Andy. Well done, everyone, indeed. Some gorgeous colours, gorgeous pieces, absolutely fabulous. Hey, Kay. Sorry I missed the first half. Binge watching Downton Abbey. Caught some of the bits and look awesome. Yes, they do. The thread's on the group, Kay, if you want to have a browse. Have fun with that, Silver Stitches. I've only done the Rocking Horses from Teresa Wentzler. I'm currently finishing the last two. Yeah. Like I said, I've not done a Wentzler, but from what I hear, not for the faint-hearted. So Celia, I've just now finished page 5 of the Haid Sal Astrology Cat, so I will get the first part of the prize on offer. It will be a long time before I work on anything with timing associated with it. Yeah. I think I touched on this last week, Celia. I think there's a few people who've been doing the Haid Stitch Along, and because of the timing factor, it's kind of put people off working on it. Carla, Stitchy Witch, was it Tatiana as well? And I think Jamie, Crafter Gaming Jamie, I think they've all sort of been the same sort of way. It takes the fun out of it when there's a deadline, doesn't it? Yeah, it takes the fun out. Yeah, I think the only deadlines that we should have are the ones that we set ourselves. Hey, Teresa. How you doing? Lurking in the background, getting some stitches into Deer Creek stocking. Ah. Anyone doing the Dark Water Siren Sal, says Dan. Who's that from? Is it them who did like the Dark Queen to the Sea, or is it the Bella one? Bella Filipina Sal. Yes, Adrian, it does. Makes it feel too much like a job for sure. You know, and it does take the sort of the fun out of it, because you think rather than wanting to stitch on something, it's like I have to stitch on it to get you know, to get to meet a deadline. You know, I mean, if you work for a living, it's, you know, you meet deadlines for your work. You don't really want that to creep across into your hobby as well. Yeah, I don't do stitch alongs for that sort of very reason. I like to challenge myself rather than have somebody say, right, okay, if you do this, then you'll get this and that and the other. But yeah, I don't do SALs. But you know, like I said, I know that a few people have struggled with the HAID one. I'm not good at giving myself deadlines, and when I write just a deadline, it helps me sit down and write. Yeah. But yeah, I'm just of the mindset that this is a hobby, and I set myself targets. But if somebody sets it for you that you like with the HAID SAL, you complete a certain amount of it, then this is what you'll get. It becomes like, oh, I must do it, and I don't know if I could do that. Only do deadlines if it's a gift. Yeah. And you're not a SAL person either, Adria, no. Dan, the Bella Filipina one. I don't know. I think it's quite a large one, and there's a lot of like fancy floss and what do they call? Not beads, like charms things involved with it. And I think for some people it's quite expensive. But I don't know if anybody is doing. Anybody doing the Bella Filipina stitch along, the sirens one? I think somebody mentioned about doing it, but I can't remember who. I've had a sleep since then. What am I doing here? There. I promised myself to write 25,000 in November. I want to manage 70,000 words in a month. Blimey. Kelly did a quilt-along project with 3 other quilters, but it was for several months and not hard. Yeah. I quite like to see, you know, some of these projects. I don't mind sort of seeing stitch-alongs, but I don't think I'd want to do one myself, if I'm honest. I want to, but not sure how dark the sirens are. No, I don't. I think some people are actually holding off joining as well until, you know, the first 1 or 2 parts have been released, I think, as well. Because again, you know, it's a bit ambiguous as to how it's going to look. I don't think there is a picture as yet, Sonia. I'm not quite sure when it starts. When does it start, Dan, this Bella Filipina? Well, that were good. Not. That's better. One more. Stitching lots of close yellows at the moment. Not good when my eyes are a little tired as well. Let's have a look. If there is a SAL that I like the picture of, I join so I can get the individual list and stitch when I'm ready. Yeah, that's another way. Yeah. I don't like surprises when it's that amount of work, says Sonia, and also I'm not into the ladies. So Dan says the Bella Filipina stitch along, words are hard tonight, is 9 parts over a year. It's some metallic threads and a bunch of FF beads. So, yeah. But somebody was talking about it, and the beads and charms were sort of stacking up to be quite expensive, I think. I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been Tatiana. Stitches with Tatiana. She's been poorly with COVID. I think a few people have been down with COVID just lately. Seems to be doing the rounds again. And this one seems to be, I think it's this particular strain seems to be unpleasant as well. I'm going to try it. It says, Dan, I haven't done a Pretty Lady in years. So it starts on Halloween. All right. Okay. It seems like you can pick with or without embellishment. So that's interesting. I would imagine that there are probably bits that you could modify as well. Oh, you've got Christmas gift to finish. So how do you deal with, when you do have a deadline? Do you sort of think, I've got so many stitches a day to put in, or so many stitches a week, or how do you guys sort of work it? For me, I work on percentages. Like, I want to get She Sleeps to 70% by the end of the year. That's like another 20%. And it's like, I think it's 11 weeks to Christmas, and I'm thinking 2% a week, and I'll get there. Obviously, model stitch and stuff dependent. But it's kind of hard setting yourself the deadline, really. And, if you miss a day or two, it gets out of control, and, then you all of a sudden you find you've got twice the amount of stitching to do. Oh. Bee's determined to finish the 2 Bellas before she works on her other whips. Great stuff. Sonia only works on that piece until it's done. Let's have a look. Tatiana did mention it. I was hoping to get it for her, but she's down for the moment. I need an address to send it to her. All right. Focus on finishes to doing one piece at a time, says Adria. Yeah. I'm just kind of keeping something in mind that I want to get towards the finish, and that for me is She Sleeps. I'm just so excited at getting to 50% this week as well. I mean, I kind of didn't think I was going to do it, knowing that I was away this weekend after being away last weekend, but we've got there, which has been amazing. And it means that I've been able to, we're working from home all week as well this week. I've been able to channel a little extra time. I'm in the office Thursday this week, which is not my usual day, and normally going on Tuesday, but I'm going in on Thursday because I'm off on Monday. And my manager's in on Thursday, so she'll be going and seeing her, which will be nice. I also focus on finishes, says Sonia. I have a chatelaine, this gift, and one that is due in April as a gift. Oh. Once the first part is released, says Dan, I'll figure out how many stitches a day over the 6 weeks between parts. Yep. Fingers crossed it might only be 100 or so. Not too much, because you've still got a lot of black on that other one, haven't you, Dan? Cracky O'Reilly. Cool. Oh my days. Well, I'm not doing bad to say I'd not picked up a needle until about 20 minutes before this stream went live. I'm getting towards 300 stitches, which isn't bad. All right there, dear. Yes, I shall have some extra stitchy time tomorrow with me not in work, so I shall enjoy that. But yeah, it's 2 pieces now where I can see the middle dot. And I can't remember which one the other one is. Okay. Oh, blimey.
Did you notice I cleaned the fire guard, by the way?
Yes, I did. Yeah. You've got 8 other Hades going on. Blimey. Come on, give us a list. Then we can all cheer you on. What have I done here? Nothing, I'm being a numpty. Dear, oh dear. I know it is, it's because I'm getting a little bit tired. 3 days of travelling, shopping, walking, and then doing a bit more walking, and then, just for an encore, some more walking. It's took it out of me. Happy, but a tired happy. And Hannah's dead happy, apart from, the losses of a couple of bits and bobs. I have a feeling that there might be a little complaint going in. There certainly will be from my train journey, because they overbooked the train, and the train didn't have enough carriages on it. Yeah, there must have been 15 people stood in our carriage alone. On the way down, I was not a happy bunny. Did not have my happy face on. But to be fair, it was only an hourish journey. It wasn't like it was like 4 hours or anything daft like that. Could have very easily been, because the train that we were on was actually going from Scotland, somewhere in Scotland, down to Penzance on the south coast of Cornwall. South coast Cornwall, Penzance?
Yeah.
I have to ask the geography one, because, 3854. There you go, Lizzie. Country living, mountain cabin, beachcombers bounty, cosmic marbles, water flamingo, library of dogs, autumn corn, shades of red, and Celtic bees. Quite a varied selection there, Dan. Somebody's popped a whip of the library of dogs in the group. Can't remember who it is. Really sorry if you're in here. Had a kip since then, you know. 200 members. I've got a lot buzzing around. Hey, Ebony. How you doing this evening? Yes, it's a very nice list, isn't it, Laurie? For sure. Your chatelain's looking lovely, Emily. Ebony. Emily. Words have been very difficult tonight. I wanted to have a look at chatelaine when I went to the Big Stitch, but she didn't bring any kitted up because they're kind of a specialist pre-order thing. But I kind of want to see it before I buy it, if that makes sense. You'll find I made it for a live. It's been a while. Oh, bless you. It happens. Life happens. Oh, dear. Two other floss tubers stitching mountain cabin, says Kelly. Amy from Stitchy Lovers is one, and somebody else that Kelly can't remember. I can't either. Kitted your chatelaine up yourself, but it was a long and pricey process. Oh, yeah. I think that's the thing, isn't it? With a chatelaine, you've got to sort of be able to make that commitment to do it. And I know there's sort of one or two places where you can get the supplies from, both in UK and in Europe, I think, as well. I think Linda, oh God, what was her channel called? Linda, who's in, it's either Sweden or Norway. I can't remember. I think she kitted one up from some place in Italy. Could be wrong. So Lizzie has got Birds and Blooms, Amy Stewart, Supersized Max Colour Bygone Summers, and Peacock Days by Josephine Wall. Summer Queen by Bridget Ashwood. Want to get so much more. Yeah. That's the problem, isn't it? Once you start, it's like a tube of Pringles, isn't it? You've got to get to the bottom. Kay says, don't know what's wrong with me. Stitchy Bug's gone on holiday with my friend. I went on to my family tree yesterday to put in some info, and I think I got stuck. God bless you. Dan likes anything with animals, insects, or nature. So you'll like such as the Dana Gelsinger, John Patrick Crosney, you know, that kind of thing as well. Hey Mal, how you doing? Happy Sunday. I've got one odd stitch of this to pop in. There. I love to do a chatelaine, but they intimidate the heck out of you. Yeah, I'm a little intimidated by them, I have to say. I would imagine, though, it's one of them things that once you start doing it and you've done the first sort of speciality stitches and it looks good, you'd kind of be, you know, inclined to do more. There's an Anne Stokes one called Bluebell Woods, which is going to discontinue started December, and it's gorgeous. Reminds me of something I wrote. 144 Hobbies. Thank you, Celia. I was just racking my brains to remember her name, and I couldn't. I think she's done a floss tube for a while, has she? Or I could be wrong. Did I still remain subscribed to when she stopped filming? I know I've still got her on Instagram. And oodles, and when and what I want stitched, so sows are not for me, but I do admire stitches who can keep up. Yeah, I don't keep up with sows. Well, I don't do sows to keep up with them, so. Yeah, thanks, Brittany. Yeah, Linda's 144 Hobbies. I got the bead pack from European Cross Stitch and sourced everything else from all over the place to them. That'd be perhaps what Linda's did with hers. I couldn't be sure though. Chatelaine should not intimidate, says Dan. The directions are very thorough. I have one going, but since my shingles of the eye can't see to do the hummingbirds, 1/1 on 33. Oh, blimey. Evening in the park. I'm not sure I'll ever do it. It says Lizzie, I was scared too, but like Nicola said, once you do one part, it just kind of goes from there. I would imagine that that's probably the way to do it, isn't it? Commit to doing that one part, do that bit, and then it's all gravy, isn't it? After that, you've got over the hard bit of doing the scary stuff of doing it for the first time. 3/8/20 I want. Where's my 3/8/20? KS Freebie Harmony, Ching Chu Cook, Lisa Parker Witching Hour Max Colour, and Supersized Max Colour of the Kitchen Shelf, plus an Artist the Flying Scots. Cool stuff. Nope, I've loved Linda's 144 Hobbies, but no, she has not done one for a while. Yeah, I didn't think I'd seen one for a while. I can't remember if I'm still subscribed to her or not, because I know she stopped doing it. And it was a shame, because she got some gorgeous stuff kitted up, and I was following what she was doing, and, you know. I know she does a lot of reading and stuff now as well, doesn't she? A lot of books. I seem to remember seeing on Instagram. Could be wrong. Could have a different person entirely. Just bought mini crab apple from Haid, Irina Garmashova, and after seeing Tine Stitching Maps talking about it. Yeah, I like Tine's channel. She's got some gorgeous work. My Shades of Red is full size, no longer available. 890,000 stitches of 2 cardinals in an autumn apple tree. Blimey. She's doing a lot of reading and knitting. Yeah. I know there was some reading involved, because I'm pretty sure I saw an Instagram post from her with lots of reading bits and bobs on it. There we go. Cool stuff. But yeah, I used to love watching her floss tubes. There's a few people that I started watching on FlossTube that no longer film anymore, which is kind of sad, really. Because I kind of wonder to myself, you know, what are these people doing now? What are they filming, and what are they stitching, or have they stopped stitching completely, or, you know? It is a shame. One for Force cat died and she was shaken up last month's floss tube. Oh, bless her. Laurie fell asleep while stitching last night. Oh dear. Kay's pulling the crochet out. Post a picture on the group. Brilliant. I'll have a look at that. I got another shade of green wool this weekend as well for my friend's granny square blanket in shades of green. I got another one. It's like it's almost like a sage green. What I want next is I want some lime green, I think. Because I've got some dark green. I've got some really dark green. I've got some very pale green. And I've got some sage green, but I now want some proper lime green. Kelly's going to head out. No worries, Kelly. Thank you for joining. It's been lovely to have you, and do enjoy Thanksgiving. Dan does that all the time. Non-stitchers mark their lives in years. Stitchers, however, mark their lives in numbers of stitches. That's very true. Very true. Hey, Hannah. So what size is that jumper then?
Medium. Just a bit too big, because sometimes when it's a bit big, it don't matter, but this is so big that it just buries me. It's too big.
Well, what I'll do is I'll try it, and if it's all right, then you can just get yourself a small one tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because a medium might be my size. Hannah bought me a dress today. It's in a UK size 12. I'm like, yeah.
It looks small when I picked it up, which is why I picked a medium up, but
Yeah.
clearly not small at all.
Yeah, UK size 12 from a size 20. So that's not too bad, is it? In a year. I still wear my big thick jumper though. It keeps me warm. I just hope next year I actually have a summer where I can wear some of these dresses that I bought. You know, like this year I think I wore them for about a week. And we didn't sort of really go anywhere very warm either, did we? We didn't go on a holiday or anything this year because we had the kitchen done. The cat's supper. You send her down for it.
I want a bread in a minute.
I don't blame you, kid. I should think you are. Do you know what? I had a disturbed night last night because somebody was having an argument outside. I mean, even though we're 6 floors up, we could still hear it going on. And then we heard both of us were disturbed by this dripping noise. And it was like Chinese water torture. And, you know, Hannah slept quite well, but I was disturbed quite a bit in the night. So I don't think I shall take much rocking to sleep tonight. And I get to lie in tomorrow because I don't need to go, although I probably will. Because you guys know that I like to stitch in the dawn hours. An early morning, a daybreak stitch suits me fine. Had to go now, but love to see all the stitching chatting. No worries at all, Oodles. Thank you so much for joining. Thanks for sharing your work in progress as well. It's been fabulous. So I hope you'll join me Wednesday because we'll do it all again. I shan't be long as I'm away anyway. You'll be going to bed as I'm getting up, will you, Laurie? Oh my goodness. Oh. Is that in the right place? No, it is not. That was good. Yeah, it's better. So I will make 300. How many stitches have you guys done today? Lizzie, you're watching in bed on your brand new laptop. Great stuff. Got it all set up and running okay then. It's a pain in the neck having to get a new laptop and do all the setup and stuff. I dislike that. When Andy and I both got new laptops earlier this year, it was frustrating. 368, brilliant. Well done, Anna Karen. That's an amazing achievement. 1,000 on the focus for a finish yesterday, says Mal. Today's video game day. I just ripped up a loaf of bread. Will that count? Of course it will, Laurie. Teresa, 560. Woohoo! Way to go. Brilliant. I bet that's coming along a treat. Patsy, I only sat down for live stream. 182. 151 for Cheryl. 45 double crochets for Stitchy Pfeiffer. Hey, they all stitches, they all count. Doesn't matter what you're stitching. Knit, crochet stitches, knitting stitches, cross stitches. They all stitches. They're all adding up. Brenda, 987 today. Awesome sauce. Laura, I think she's doing Deer Creek. A Donegal singer. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. So I'll make 300 on this, I think, and that's all the stitching I've done today. Got shopping, walking, travelling. All good fun. Oh, by the way, I know that you'll be interested in this, Laurie. You may have noticed, you may not. I have organised my videos into playlists. Not done any, says Lizzie. Maybe next week there'll be progress pics. No worries at all. Sandy 27 super duper. Enid had mini Deer Creek Haid or something. I bought a bunch of Haids back in the day and scored lots of freebies. Cool, cool. Dan has 877 in and 8 hours of stitching to do since it's raining. Huh. Sounds like my perfect day, that, Dan. Sit and stitch in the rain. Well, not in the rain, but while it's raining. Tuesday, Laurie says she'll be doing nothing but stitching. Stitching off a Thanksgiving dinner. Teresa, yes, a bit of full today, and I'm loving it. It's been too long. Yep. I love my full coverage. I don't mind doing the occasional piece that's a non-full coverage, you know, have done. But I do like a full coverage because I hate backstitch. And you find often that non-full coverages include the dreaded backstitch. The only times now that I do backstitch is when I'm forced, i.e. because of, you know, having them as a model stitch and I'm getting paid for doing them. So, yeah, I have to do the backstitch. But I hate it. Hate it with a passion. Oh, no worries, Laurie. Yeah, check that out. Maybe I'll stitch furiously, then I can show off my finish, says Enid. Yeah. Ebony done about 900. Now switching to bedtime piece. Oh, that's your Carolyn Manning, isn't it? S Golding 138 so far, super duper. It has got 3 extra kids there. It's pandemonium. All boys, oh dear. 138 says Rosemary, and Laurie's Poltergeist Pirate, oh crikey, is full of backstitching. I've done well on that. Ooh. Yeah, I did a model stitch. Some of my model stitches I've done have had loads and loads of backstitching in, and I'm like, I'm doing it as I go along, because if I do it all in one hit at the end, I will just hate it. Enid hiding in your office, threw snacks at them and ran. That sounds like an absolute plan. Cool stuff. Well, you've all got an awesome amount of stitches in as well. It's all good. We're a productive Sunday. Are we all going to do this again on Wednesday? And see what the midweek special does. Let's get these 6 stitches in, and then I can claim 300. And then we'll be back and do it on Wednesday, eh? It's so nice to do these streams. I love them. Definitely, yeah. Great stuff. And I shall have a chill day tomorrow. No work. Fill my floss tube, fill my stitch with me. And take the child back to the shops. And, yeah. Oh, you'll miss my stream Wednesday. Oh, no worries, Patsy. You'll be in London. Crikey, what are you off to London for? Did I miss something? I like London. I do miss not going to London as regularly as I used to. I used to love going to London when I lived down in that way. But, yeah, I don't get to go nearly as often these days. Maybe once a year if I'm lucky. And that is my 300, chaps. Oh. Am I working on a hair? I think it's like a forehead, and this is like forehead and top of... Let's just have a look on the mock-up. You hate London but work there, Teresa. Yeah, I used to work there at Liverpool Street. Yeah, I think this is sort of a bit of blonde hair here. And then we've got the darker bits coming in. So, yeah, I'm just kind of here. Going on holiday with daughter, son-in-law and grandson home Sunday evening. Yeah, I used to work at Liverpool Street years ago. I was in London, actually, when the Bishopsgate bomb went off in 1992, I want to say. I could be wrong. I've had a sleep since then. And my stepdad was a little concerned because obviously we were going to Birmingham, and he's like, oh, you know, terrorist threat, this, that, and other. Really be careful of unattended luggage and this. And I just looked at him and I said, look, I was in London when the Bishopsgate bomb went off. We were the original, please be careful with luggage and stuff. You know, be careful with any suspicious packages and this, that, and other. And he kind of shut up then. So, you know, yeah, he kind of got that. I knew what I was doing in London. But there we go. Right, so 300 stitches in. I've done another 1,000 earlier on in the week. So, yeah, we've got a good bit in on this. So I'll be filming Floss Tube, which will be out on Tuesday. I'll film that tomorrow. I'll do Stitch With Me tomorrow. Yeah, we'll be having a bit of a chilled out day, I think. get some stitchy miles in. But yeah, I will see you guys on Wednesday if you are about 7:30 p.m. UK time again. And yeah, we'll do it all again if you're happy to do so. So thank you guys very much indeed for joining me. It's been a fabulous evening again. Thank you those of you who shared your work in progresses in the group as well. Absolutely awesome stuff. So have a great rest of your evening, and I'll speak to you on Wednesday. See you later, everybody. Bye.